If the last stair is missing, don't step down. It was never missing before. Every day when I came home from work, the stairwell in my old apartment building creaked under my feet just as it always had, 11 steps, each one warped with age, the wood sagging with the weight of years and neglect. But last Tuesday, as I climbed home late at night, soaked by an unexpected downpour, I noticed it. The 12th stair was simply gone. It wasn't broken or shattered or even displaced. It was just not there. A perfect void where a step should have been. The banister still ran down into empty space, and the shadows pooled there like thick oil. I blinked, leaned in, waved my hand down into it. It wasn't that the lighting was bad, no, I could see clearly. The last stair had vanished. I should have turned around. I should have gone to a hotel, or slept in my car. But I was tired, my clothes clung to me like cold skin, and my keys were in my pocket. I tried to jump over the missing stair, thinking it was a strange illusion. My foot landed safely on the landing above. I exhaled. I laughed a little. I told myself I was overworked. That night, as I lay in bed, I heard them. The footsteps on the stairwell. Not creaking. Not pacing. Just one, heavy step. Then silence. Another step. Then silence again. I stared at the ceiling as the steps stopped just outside my door. But no knock came. No shadow under the crack of light. Just stillness. I didn't sleep. The next morning, I ran down the steps quickly and looked at the last stair. It was back. Just as it always had been. Worn wood. Slight crack on the side. My stomach churned. By the third night, I saw her. I don't know how I missed her before. She was always at the bottom of the stairs, standing, or more accurately, hovering. Her long black dress trailed onto the floor but didn't touch it. Her face was not visible, obscured in a curtain of wet, tangled hair. And every few seconds, she would twitch, like she was stuck in a broken loop. When she did move, it wasn't natural. Her neck would bend first, followed by her back, in a jagged, twitchy motion, as though remembering how to be human but getting it wrong. I never saw her ascend. She didn't need to. Every night, I would hear one less stair creak. 12. 11. 10. 9. Each night, the number dwindled. Each morning, the stairs looked normal again, mocking my fear. I tried to film her. The footage always came back blank, except for the sound of wood snapping in slow intervals. By the 7th night, I couldn't move. She was 6 stairs away from my door. I placed salt across the entrance. I locked everything. I even pushed my dresser in front of the door. But I could hear her now. Breathing. A sick, raspy rattle like lungs filled with brackish water. I cried in silence, and when I fell asleep from exhaustion, I dreamt of stepping down onto the missing stair and falling, not onto the floor, but into a place beneath my building that shouldn't exist. When I awoke, there was dirt under my fingernails. Rules to survive: 1. Count your stairs every night. If 1 is missing, do not continue. 2. Never step on the stair that isn't there. It doesn't lead to anywhere you want to go. 3. If you hear a step at night, listen. Count them. Each one is a warning. 4. Never look her in the face, she has too many. 5. If all the stairs vanish at once, it means she's inside already. I didn't believe it, until I saw it happen with my own eyes. It was 3:17 a.m. when the sound of creaking jolted me awake. Not the ordinary groan of an old house, but something rhythmic, deliberate. Like the soft click of wooden teeth grinding against one another. My bedroom is on the 2nd floor, and the staircase ends just outside my door. I opened it slowly, half expecting my cat to be playing with a loose plank or knocking something over. But the hallway was silent. That's when I saw it. Or rather, what I didn't see. The stairs were gone. Not broken. Not collapsed. Gone. Where the wooden steps should have been was a perfectly smooth black void, like the house had been cut open and stitched closed with shadow. There was no bottom, no hint of floor beneath, only a hollow that seemed to suck in the dim light of the hallway bulb. My heart pounded against my ribs, and I stepped back, slamming the door shut. The whispers started next. Not words exactly, more like fragments of thoughts that didn't belong to me. She's coming. You look too long. She knows you know. The air in the room thickened, vibrating softly, like a tuning fork pressed against bone. I wanted to scream, but I didn't want to hear what might answer back. Then I heard the softest footstep behind me. But I was alone. I turned slowly. My mirror showed nothing. My bed was untouched. Closet door, still shut. But the whispering grew louder, more insistent. I tried calling someone. anyone, but my phone only showed a dead signal and a timer running on the lock screen I hadn't set. It read 0:59, ticking down. A minute. A minute until what? I stared at the door. I needed to leave, but there was no way down. The timer hit 0 o'clock. The lights died. In the dark, I could feel her presence. Cold and tall, taller than the ceiling allowed. She didn't move like a person, no footsteps, no breathing. Just the sensation of something ancient, patient, and wrong slipping in through a crack in the world that never should have been opened. The whispers stopped. And then came a voice that was unmistakably hers. Step forward. I've fixed the stairs for you. I didn't move. Step down, and see how far you've fallen. And suddenly, the room snapped back to normal. Light returned. The stairs, restored, perfectly intact. I could see all of them clearly through the crack in the door. But there was a new stair at the bottom. One too many. The wood looked wet. That's when I understood, if the last stair is missing, don't step down. But if an extra one appears, run. Because it's not the stairs that take you. It's what waits beneath them, building a path inward, not downward. I bolted for the window, smashing the frame open with a chair. I didn't care if I broke a leg, I leapt. Crashed onto the front lawn. Rolled. Crawled. The house looked normal. But the lights were on in every window. And in each one, I saw myself, staring out, frozen, mouth open in silent screams. I live in hotels now. Never on the second floor. Never with stairs. And every night, I check the ground beneath me. Because the moment I hear even a single stair creak beneath the flat floor, I'll know. She's building again. I can hear it, scraping, dragging, and the low, rhythmic hum of something ancient echoing through the walls like a forgotten lullaby. The stairwell, once silent and inert, now breathes. The boards flex as if bones are being reassembled beneath the plaster, reshaped by hands not meant to be seen. Each night, more steps appear where there were none, warped planks nailed with impossible symmetry, leading higher and higher beyond the original architecture of the house. My attic used to be the highest point. Now there's a hatch above the attic, sealed shut with black iron, warm to the touch, and pulsating slightly, like it has a heartbeat. I've stopped sleeping. I tried boarding up the stairs with plywood, stacking furniture, even sealing the door with salt. Every morning, the boards are splintered, the salt swept aside, and the hatch above the attic a little more open. The cracks widened last night, I saw fingers this time. Long, jointless, more like roots than digits, pulling the hatch open from within. And the sound. It wasn't just the building anymore. There was whispering now. Not in a language I understood, but the rhythm of it was too familiar, like someone praying backwards. I called in a friend to stay the night, someone who didn't believe me. He brought a flashlight, a smirk, and a bottle of whiskey. He lasted until 3:12 a.m. I heard him scream once. Just once. When I sprinted up the stairs, there was nothing but his flashlight at the top step, still on, its beam aimed up into the attic hatch. Blood pooled at the edges of the light. I haven't found him since. The police took my statement and left. They don't return my calls anymore. Maybe she got to them too. The building hasn't stopped. The staircase has now broken through the attic roof and continues into the sky. I climbed part of it last night, against every instinct I had. Above the clouds, past where the wind dared to blow, I saw it. Her place. Not heaven. Not hell. Something older, cracked and spiraling, suspended in the dark. The architecture made no sense, impossible angles, floating stones, and creatures walking upside down on ceilings made of bone. I only glanced for a moment before something turned and looked back. Now I feel her inside the house, not above. I hear the sound of stairs assembling inside walls, under floors, behind mirrors. Her domain is growing outward, invading reality like roots splitting concrete. The house groans under the pressure, the air heavier each night. My own reflection watches me too long. My voice echoes back wrong when I speak. I've burned the stairwell. Drenched it in gasoline. It rebuilt overnight. Last night, the final step was different. Red. Slick. Still warm. When I placed my hand on it, I felt her thoughts, not words, just hunger and patience. Infinite patience. She's not rushing. She doesn't need to. The house is hers now. I am the only thing left unclaimed. And tonight, for the first time, the stairwell goes down instead of up. There was never a basement before. But now, the hatch at the floor creaks open slowly. And I realize, she's not building anymore. She's inviting me.